Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight for 23 ABC News at 6. I'm Jessica Harrington. Tonight's top stories. A Bakersfield family awarded more than $70 million, all in connection to a crash that happened in August of 2017. The details on the verdict that was announced today. And the Christmas season is upon us with the big day less than a week away. Expert advice for those doing last-minute shopping for gifts. Allison?
And we are live at the Chips for Kids toy distribution. I have more details on this event and what temperatures you can expect as we head into the weekend when 23 ABC News at 6 starts right now.
Live from downtown Bakersfield, 23 ABC News at 6 starts now.
Good evening. A local family was just awarded a $70 million lawsuit, a record for a personal injury case here in Kern County. Attorney Daniel Rodriguez and Associates are claiming a victory tonight for a local family who suffered life-threatening injuries from a car crash back in 2017. 23 ABC's Tori Cooper spoke to Rodriguez earlier today. She joins us live from where the crash happened, and she has details on the verdict and the original crash. Tori?
Yes, I'm just south of Bakersfield, where attorneys say just 2 years ago, Alex Cuevas and his mother were driving on Taft Highway when suddenly they were struck by a semi. Now, dash cam video obtained by Rodriguez and Associates showing that tragic scene unfolding right here. But just yesterday, the Cuevas family was awarded more than $70 million for the damages they endured in this intersection.
This is the highest verdict in the history of Kern County.
Local attorney Daniel Rodriguez says this is a historic case for Kern County after a jury awarded the Cuevas family more than $70 million. On August 14, 2017, life took a tragic twist and turn for Tomasa Cuevas and her son, Alex Cuevas, right here on Taft Highway and Union Avenue, just south of Bakersfield.
He hit the car in which the mom was driving so hard and with such violence that it knocked her completely out.
Rodriguez says Tomasa and her son Alex were hit by a ride transport truck driver traveling northbound on Union Avenue.
The truck driver had no business being on the road that day. Why? He was driving on a suspended driver's license.
Rodriguez claims documentation shows the truck driver was previously involved in 14 prior accidents, and he was driving on a suspended fake license. During the crash, Rodriguez says Tomasa was knocked unconscious in the driver's seat and was unable to tell California Highway Patrol officers her side of the story.
When the CHP arrived there, they asked who had the red light, who had the green light. Well, the only person who said anything, the only driver who said anything, was the truck driver.
The trucking company was already cited for issues as well, according to Rodriguez.
The federal government had deemed them, sent them a letter saying that their driving practices were unsafe.
Her son Alex Cuevas, a well-known Ridgeview varsity cross-country runner, was told by doctors that he would be lucky to ever run again as a result of the crash, and that his mother, Tomasa, was going to be lucky to survive, according to Rodriguez.
They thought she wasn't going to make it. She had multiple fractures of the skull.
Both of them survived the crash. Alex unexpectedly returned to the running course a short time after, but his mother, Tomasa, still permanently scarred. Fortunately for the Cuevas family, Rodriguez and his team captured dash cam video from this Get bus that was traveling southbound on Union Avenue at the time of the crash. And attorneys also contacted the county's traffic engineer to determine who actually had the red light.
And he confirmed that if the light was red for southbound traffic, which can be seen in the video, it must be red. It's engineered that way. It must be red for the truck going northbound.
The owner of the ride trucking company says the truck driver is no longer employed with the company, but that the driver was not driving on a suspended license at the time, and the driver did not have a poor driving record. Now, even though the Cuevas family received more than $70 million as part of this verdict, Alex Cuevas also received a full ride scholarship to UC Davis for cross country. But for now, just south of Bakersfield, I'm Tori Cooper for 23 ABC News, connecting you.
All right, Tori, thanks. The Kern County Sheriff's Office is searching for 2 juveniles who've been missing for about 4 weeks. According to officials, Madison Estrada and Aiden Estrada were last seen on November 21st in Bakersfield. The first juvenile you see on your screen is 15-year-old Aiden Estrada. He's described as being about 5 feet 5 inches tall, weighing around 115 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. And then this is 17-year-old Madison Estrada. She's described as being 5 foot 4 inches tall, weighing about 170 pounds, with brown hair and eyes. If anyone has information regarding their whereabouts, they are asked to contact the Kern County Sheriff's Office at 861-3110. New details tonight. A Delano man arrested, accused of indecent exposure at a local gym there. According to Delano police officials, on Monday, Delano police were called out to the Planet Fitness parking lot on Cecil Avenue regarding a case of indecent exposure. Police say a victim at the location provided police with a description of the suspect's vehicle. Investigators were able to identify the suspect as Ivan Hernandez of Delano. On Wednesday, the police stopped him as he was driving the vehicle described by the victim. Police say he was questioned in connection to the incident, at which point he, quote, described his level of involvement, end quote. He was arrested and faces charges of indecent exposure as well as charges on an outstanding warrant. Meanwhile, a recent moratorium by Governor Gavin Newsom on permits for wells using high-pressure steam to extract oil continues to draw criticism here in Kern County. The governor addressing the issue during his visit to Bakersfield today, saying he is already working with local leaders on their concerns moving forward.
We proudly promote our low-carbon green growth goals. When we talk about decarbonizing our economy, we try to lead the nation in our cap and trade program and our 100% renewable goals. That transition impacts Kern County disproportionately.
One of the local legislators that the governor has been in contact with is State Senator Shannon Grove, who says she is helping Newsom learn how important the vital oil industry is to the county.
I can tell you that I do believe that he is genuine in his wanting to learn and familiarize himself with Kern County and how we do actually operate in the industries that we provide. But I guarantee you, I will hold his feet to the fire. And he kind of made a joke.
Now, this all comes after Kern County Board of Supervisors Chairman David Couch invited the governor to a board meeting on January 14th at 2 p.m., asking Newsom to take part in a discussion of the current state of the oil and gas industry here in Kern County. Well, for the past few weeks, 23 ABC has teamed up with the California Highway Patrol to make the holidays brighter for children in need. The Chips for Kids toy drive is over, and now it is time to distribute the gifts. That's where we find 23 ABC's meteorologist Allison Gargaro tonight with more on what's going on. Hey, Allison.
Hey, Jess. Well, this event is in full swing. Already, hundreds and hundreds of kids have got to come in and pick out their very own toy. So these kids have been pre-selected, and they were actually shipped one of these chips in the mail. And what they're going to do, drop it in a box, and then they get to walk through with a volunteer. So these volunteers range from CHP officers, there were local community members, and even an entire boys soccer team from one of the local high schools. So they got to go through and take the kids to pick out their very own toys. So what is behind me are some of these sporting things. So we have a bunch of footballs. I see soccer balls, and it looks like this kid right here. Are you going to get your own football?
Yes.
You're very excited? So such a great event. I mean, the smiles on their faces make it all worth it. So they're going to get a big toy, which would be like a football, maybe one of the games. I see a lot of Buzz Lightyear toys behind me as well. And then they get to choose a little toy. So they are not going home empty-handed. Such a great event. And these kids also, before they come in, get to go meet Santa, and they get a candy cane. I was talking to Santa a little bit earlier, and he said he has already handed out more than 1,000 candy canes, and all the kids were very excited. So such a great event this year and every year, but definitely getting in the holiday spirit. Maybe not feeling like it outside right now, but that will all be changing as we head into next week. I have more details on our next rain event coming up next.
Oh, so great to see them all out there enjoying themselves, Allison. Thanks for that. Well, chances are you're still not done with your holiday shopping, and you're likely not alone. I'm not either. So, in fact, holiday sales are strong this year, and a new National Retail Federation survey finds holiday spending is expected to be higher this year compared to last year. Mary Maloney has a closer look and some last-minute savings tips.
It's the most expensive time of the year, and most people are spending more this year than last year on gifts, decor, and other holiday-related expenses. Holiday spending is expected to reach $730 billion. According to the National Retail Federation, that's a 4% hike compared to last year. Individually, consumers are expected to spend more than $1,000. If you're trying to steer clear of shopping debt this holiday season, experts say create a budget for each person on your list.
It forces you to be creative, right? Like if you have a boundary, now you have to think and be creative about the gifts you give, so the gift giving gets better.
Similar to recent years, the NRF says clothing is the top gift this year, followed by gift cards, toys, and books. And the NRF says 75% of surveyed people said they're using mobile phones to buy holiday items. To maximize those online savings, experts say compare prices because it may be cheaper on another site.
Use the internet to your advantage. Like go on and price match company versus company because you'll end up getting a far better deal. That can translate to a lot of extra money in January.
For Consumer Watch, I'm Mary Maloney.